is up, gamers? This is That PlayStation Gamer. Today we're going to talk about last week's State of Play. Why did I take so long to talk about? Well, really at the end of the day, I kind of wanted to let things fester, kind of let things just, also, I guess the other way to put it, cool down, get my thoughts really together about what I thought about it. And honestly, that Planet PlayStation episode, I think I still agree with everything I said. Like, at the end of the day, I went into this show wanting, just I was basically the mindset I go every single one of these state of plays is I don't expect to see big AAA announcements, at these kind of things. I expect to see that stuff, at like your summer game fest events, your game awards, stuff like that. And maybe every once in a while you'll get that kind of level of announcement at one of these state of plays. So basically, I went in with the mindset of show me something exciting, and I will give this a passing grade. Like at most, I could give it a C then, because I was like, okay, at least you had one thing I was excited for. And honestly, overall, there were quite a few games I was happy to see here. First off, one of obviously the first ones you guys saw here is Days Gone Remastered. Now, listen, I know a lot of people are kind of in between camp with these remasters, and I get it, I do. But I think for $10 for what they're offering us, I think it's pretty damn good. Like, yeah, I'm always for having more content put in the games. If it's just a graphics overhaul, it's like, okay, yeah, $10 is like the most I'd be okay of paying. But it's like if you're adding new content on top of it and then adding extra into the graphics, you know what? Why not? I think at the end of the day, the worst you pay is $10 for extra content. So that's cool in my opinion. There was also the big AAA game they announced that, of course, was, and let me say if I'm saying it right, Sorrows. This is actually the game being made by House Marquee and kind of like a celebration of their 30th anniversary, which is kind of crazy to think House Marquee's been around for that long. They basically explain it as like, it's this kind of, it's kind of like Returnal, but it's different too. Like they described it as like, more permanent equipment will be more prominent in it. So it's like, okay, hey. And I think they've learned with Returnal, like, we do need to have some kind of save system. I mean, come on. That'd be nice. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of excited for this one too. Just because, first off, it's one of their smaller studios. And I don't think a lot of people really give House Marquee the credit they deserve because, man, they're kind of like Team Asobi, where it's like, they're one great game from being recognized as like one of their Sony's top, higher tier studios. But it's like House Marquee, they do a very specific type of game. Not everyone's cup of tea. But at the end of the day, I would say, this is interesting enough for it to catch my attention. So that was an interesting game. And of course, one of the big games for me is Hell Is Us. Now, I don't know how everyone feels about this game, but I'm a weirdo, okay? Like, I like my games to be a little artsy-fartsy here and there, but I like that kind of horror, I guess you would say, artsy-fartsy kind of feel. I'm saying so many weird words. But it's like, this game reminds me like a very good mix of like Black Myth Wukong / kind of that God of War gameplay with a little bit of that Death Stranding. And if anyone knows anything about me, well, I'm not the biggest Kojima fan. I admit this each time of day. I think he's a little overrated. Man, Kojima and his aesthetics, second to none. Like, when Kojima designs a creature, it actually could be very polarizing. Like, the fucking beach things, for example. You don't even know what these things actually look like outside like the fuzzy, parts we see in our world. But it's like, damn, I really like those creature designs. I also like, when you get to see the big ones or the whales or the kind of the creature design, but it's like black tars. Like, jeez. Sorry, I want to talk about Death Stranding when I was supposed to be talking about Sorrows, but yeah. Sorry, I wasn't going to talk about Sorrows, so I was talking about Hell Is Us. That's what happens when TPG does all this shit unfiltered with no script. Sorry. But it's like, yeah, Hell Is Us looks pretty damn interesting to me. Obviously, I was excited for it to begin with, so we got a confirmation day of September. Hell yeah. The next big game I could think of that caught my attention is Onimusha and the Way of the Sword. Now, I have never played an Onimusha game. I might have tried to play the first game way back during the PS2 day, but like overall, not I don't recall anything from it. So it's like this is like a new experience to me. And yet again, I kind of like what I'm seeing here. It's kind of got that samurai aesthetic, but it's also kind of like this got this darker edge. I don't know if you guys are listening to like the audio like I do, but like some of the audio is like suggesting that he's becoming more of a demon than he is becoming, he's human. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to check this out. I'm gonna have to check out this game and see what's going on there, because that's kind of crazy. And of course, one of the big games for me they showed, obviously, it's Lost Souls Aside. Finally, after all this time, guys, I don't think people remember this. This game has been in development since the PS4 generation. Like, and this is a game at one point was being made by a singular person. He got help from backing from other studios across. I think he's from South Korea or China. I'm not 100% sure, but they got help from the Chinese Hero Project. So I'm pretty sure he's Chinese. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, and like it's just one of those games that's like it's that aesthetic. Yeah, again, I know this is gonna make me sound like I like the art so much, but it's like I really like what I see from this game. Like it's that perfect blend of like Devil May Cry meets freaking Final Fantasy. And I think that's kind of like the way he's described the game in the past. And it's like, damn, this looks interesting. I want to play this. Like, period. Like, the end. Like, I'm going to buy this day one. I'm going to buy it as soon as I get some money to pre-order this damn thing, because it's actually coming out relatively soon, which also caught me off guard. So, yeah, that's not a first party studio, but it's only coming to PlayStation and well PC. Comes to PC too. But it's like, yeah, I get like why they kind of treat this one as like a kind of exclusive, at least for now, just because it's the only console it's gonna be on. But the one big game I really walked away from, like, damn, I cannot wait to see more of this game, is Mind's Eye. Sorry, I've been saying the names wrong, saying the name wrong for it, apparently. Because I keep saying Mindset. I mean Mind's Eye. This game looks like if you were to combine the aesthetics of Grand Theft Auto with a little bit of the cinematic quality of a Naughty Dog game. And it's being produced by someone who has worked from every Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption 1. So, man, I'm telling you right now, we don't know when this game's coming out. This is like the one of the few games they actually didn't have a date for. But the fact they were showing it this early, man, I think you guys need to keep your eye on this one. For real. Like, no bullshit. Like, I'm going to be 100% honest here. Much as I'm excited for Grand Theft Auto 6, and, I am, at the end of the day, Grand Theft Auto is kind of like, it's also kind of like worn out its welcome with me to a degree, because like GTA 5 is just, it's a mixed game for me. But it's like, I think my friend even said it better. Like, you know how I said this is like, if you combined Grand Theft Auto with Naughty Dog's cinematic quality, he's like, he actually said it reminded him of a game you guys probably don't remember, and that's a game called Watch Dogs. If you remember Watch Dogs and that gritty attitude it had, man, I'm telling you, that's almost exactly what Mind's Eye reminds me of. And hell, even some of the story sounds like it's something from Watch Dogs. So yeah. And there's a couple other games they announced, like the new Digimon RPG. I know these aren't like super high quality, but anytime we could get a new Digimon role-playing game, I'm on board. Sorry, more of a Digimon fan than I am a Pokemon fan. Tamer's best season, don't at me, bro. But like overall, I thought the state of play was good. I thought it was like, hey, there's stuff here that kept me excited, stuff that's coming out this year or at least in the foreseeable future. So yeah, it's something like, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but at the same time, it's like, that's not what I expect from a state of play. I expect it to be a state of play, telling us, hey, this is stuff coming in the future. Get excited. So I got excited. I would honestly give the show a B+ rating. Yeah, I wish there was more, big AAA, PlayStation announcements. But then again, I know there's been a big paradigm shift happening over at PlayStation. That pendulum just keeps swinging one way and another. So I'm like, man, it just sucks because, there's that delay then. It's like, hey, you go from working on a live service game, now you have to go create concept for a new game and then start your work on that game, while meanwhile you still need to fund these games, and just like it's a whole freaking mess. So I get if the next few years it's kind of light on first party PlayStation games. I want to accept that if the games we get out of that are good. So with all that said, guys, what do you think of the state of play? What would you give it in a number rating? Or I guess you would say a grade rating? Let me know in the comment section below. So until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer sign out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. Bye.